That's delicious. Well, welcome everybody. Howdy, howdy. I, I don't, I don't even know what to say. I have no idea right now what to say. It's been such a whirlwind of a day. I just got back to the house, starting the show 4 minutes late because I want to have some quick snuggle time with my little daughter because I didn't see her all day. Got home just a few moments ago from setting up a haunted house, which is going to be legendary. And that's going on tomorrow, Dab Day, Jacksonville, at the Glass Factory. I'm incredibly excited. So, anyways, I had to come home, get my hugs and kisses. Hadn't seen her all day, and I'm not going to see her tomorrow. I'm leaving incredibly, or can't even talk. So much going on. So, I'm leaving so early in the morning to get my makeup done as a zombie. I'm pretty excited about this whole zombie thing. I mean, it's not often you get to look like a zombie. And the person doing my makeup, they do the Walking Dead. So they actually do the show, The Walking Dead, I believe, and they do the makeup for them. And they've done, I think they specialize in zombie transformations. So tomorrow I'm going to be a very well-dressed zombie. I'm going to be the most well-dressed of any zombie you've ever seen. And how is that going to work? I don't even know how it's going to work. I'm wearing a tuxedo. I'm wearing a snazzy tuxedo. This is a Voyager 1. Let's get this sparkied to get the day going because I haven't smoked in forever. I think live on the show, remember, it takes me 10, 15, 20 minutes to kind of get into the show. And I feel that's kind of like my energy right now. I just finished driving. I just ran into the house. I'm carrying all my things in. I'm taking notes of what I need to load up into the car tonight for the event tomorrow. I've been shopping all day, running around, setting up haunted house. Wow. So much going on. So much to coordinate with so many different people. And you tend to take on the energy of chaos. You tend to take on the energy of everybody around you. And that's what I've done. I've soaked in all of their energy, all of their chaos, all of their rush, run, walk, crawl type of mentality. And I've taken that on. And now I feel it. I feel it affecting me, in my, and how my body assimilates it, how my mind and how my vibe assimilates it. So I have to let it go. I have to let go of all that chaos, all the stress, all the issues, everything that I left undone for tomorrow morning. And so I'm going to get there super early tomorrow, finish setting up the haunted house, finish getting lighting in. I'm bringing my speakers and my PA and my mixing board. We're going to do a little haunted DJing. Very exciting. So 3 minutes in, I've rambled. I'm all over the map. Super, super pumped. Let's get this going. I like to lick the end so that the filter doesn't pop out while I'm smoking it. Sometimes it can get a little loose at the end there. If I'm sharing it with somebody, I'm not going to lick it. I only do that for myself. So, welcome everybody to the show once again. This is Highly Motivated. Even if you don't smoke cannabis or eat it or use it as an ointment, a topical, you name it, it doesn't matter. You don't have to. We're all the same under the leaf, and we're all welcome here on Highly Motivated. And what is Highly Motivated? We're, as a group, as a community, we are enthusiastic for life. We are highly motivated for the opportunities that come up when you are energetic and open-minded and in a positive frame of being. So that's what's going on tonight. What's our topic? Friday nights, on the Friday Smoke Sesh, we usually have a topic, but we don't. We do and we don't. We're going to talk about something and then we're not going to talk about it. I'm going to forget about it. And then we'll go back to talking about it again. Super fantastic. So if you have any questions about cannabis, about the combination, about the health benefits, how we can use it in combination with eating right, using things in moderation. I mean, ask away. We're here to help answer those things. But I think tonight's topic, it's a multifaceted topic. It's, you can't please everyone. I think this is something that I have to learn all the time. I have to remind myself that not everybody are you going to make happy. Not everybody's going to like you. You know, some people are just going to dislike you because they dislike you. Your energy doesn't vibe with them. You know, maybe you're too dominant and they're too dominant. Maybe they are uh, uh, um um my brain is not even working. Maybe they're shy. Maybe they are reserved, and you are loud and boisterous and full of life. That can bother certain personalities. So I think it's really, when I say not everybody's going to like you, it's the truth. And knowing that, and it's a numbers game in a sense. I mean, knowing that you can't please everybody. And the first thing to look at is setting boundaries. The importance of knowing your own limits and setting boundaries to protect your energy, to protect your person. Your energy is so important, and your energy can be influenced by those around you. Look, today, my energy was influenced. It's chaotic, it's stressful, it's so much is going on. Normally, that doesn't bother me. I just let it go. Even though I'm high energy, I'm not necessarily high stress. So today I took on the stress and the energy of everybody around me. And as we got onto the show, look, I was driving home, I was racing to get here, and everything that I was running into was taking more time, was a roadblock in my way, was not working, was not going my way or in my direction. And it's only me creating those things. It's only me putting those roadblocks in front of myself. That's only me doing that to me. I'm doing it to myself. Where things weren't working right, I was rushing. I wasn't taking my time. I was making silly moves. Look, I put my coconut water in the freezer so it got nice and cold. Or I put one in the freezer and replaced it and took one out because it wasn't going to be cold in time. And luckily there was one in there as soon as I got home. So I was so thirsty. I was parched. I opened up the coconut water and I took a big swig. And I'm like, "Gug, gug, 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 gug," and it was bad. It had gone bad. It was disgusting. So bad. And I'd swallowed a good portion of that just now. And I took that in. And I'm like, why? Why do things like this happen? Why? Because it's the luck of the draw. Or it's not luck at all. It's just your number. And it's your time to have a shitty coconut water. So I took out the one that I just put in there because it was warmer, wasn't cold, but it's delicious. And it made up for the shitty one I had a moment ago. So we're talking about tonight, you can't please everybody. Not everybody's going to like you. I don't know what our need is to have everybody like you. I don't know what our need is. Hey, howdy, welcome to the show. I don't know what our need is to have that validation from everybody. I don't know. I'm not, I think what's more important is your authenticity over approval. Living authentically and making choices based on your values may not always align with what others want. You're not living your life for them. You're living your life and your true authentic self for you and for the direction you want to go in your life and the choices you want to authentically make. Living with a mask is also trying to make everybody happy. Living with a mask is trying to be a certain person for work and a certain person for your friends and a certain person for your family. But you know something? You should be the same person for all of those scenarios and all of those situations. You should be the same authentic you all the time. If you have a great opinion or a great thing to say it. Don't lessen your energy for anyone. Don't lessen your abilities to make others feel comfortable about themselves. That's a big one. And I think that's where the authenticity over approval comes in. And, because not always what you're going to do is going to align with others. And I think when you look at yourself authentically, and you're doing things for yourself authentically, I think that builds self-respect. I think that builds resilience. And I think it from the view of others, that builds a certain, you're a person who gets things done. You're not a person who's afraid to take chances. Yeah, I think that's how people would view somebody who, look, I don't know how people view me, and I don't care. I don't care. I'm living my life for myself. I'm living my life for the right choices that I need to be making. I've been feeling suffocated by having to be in a situation where I literally feel like I'm not in my own real skin. I made a choice to not care what other people think. And now I am literally fighting to get out of my body to get to where I want to be. Yes. Okay. So I want to mention something. When you have no other choice but to live authentically, when you have no other choice but to live and do exactly what you're meant to be doing, it happens, and it happens right. Like making money is easier when you stop trying, and instead you believe in yourself and you just try to help others, help yourself, help the understanding of the future of what your life could be. You're not putting money into that. Or you stop trying to be somebody who's showing off to make money, or buying big cars and houses, because it's not for you, it's for them. Sorry, I might ramble a bit this evening, because I feel my energy is just because while I'm doing the show, I'm also thinking about getting the tuxedo ready. And I got to spray blood on the front of the shirt, and I've got to rip up the pants and rip up the jacket a little bit, and maybe stain the cummerbund, and do something with the bow tie, and maybe something with the handkerchief. But I think, let's take those off for a second. Oh, it's bright. So bright in here. So bright. And at the same time, I'm thinking about, did I place everything properly in the haunted house? Is everything set up for an easy continuation tomorrow? Did I pick up everything that needed to be picked up? I got the smoke machine there. We've got multiple other things in place. Excellent. And I don't think about it unless I think about it. So that's what I'm saying. My energy tonight is just pop, 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 pop. So if I ramble a bit ahead of time, sorry, not sorry. So I think, again, my journey of authenticity is to be real again. My journey of authenticity is, you can be kind. You don't have to be nice. And that's another thing I'm learning. We are forced into a position to be authentic. We are forced into a position to trust ourselves and work for ourselves. And we are forced into a position sometimes to be not kinder, more understanding. But in that opens us up to so much more. When we wear a mask, we feel suffocated. When we are trying to be somebody else, our true selves are feeling suffocated. When you stand up for what's right, authentically, you feel good about it because you know you're right. You're not just saying things just to be heard, just to hear your butt chatter. But instead, you are saying things with essence and power and intentional forward motion. You are standing up for what's right. And maybe you're standing up for people who can't stand up for themselves. Well, then good for you. Maybe you're standing up for your own power. Good for you. That's what it should be more about. I think we need to focus more on personal growth, not external validation. That's something I'm trying to deal with. I myself am trying to deal with my personal growth without the need for validation from my family, validation from my work, validation from my friends. I don't need it. I validate myself with my own knowing and my own energy, my own forward motion in life. is validation enough. I look, when we stop seeking approval from others, and like even right here in the comment that was made just a moment ago, let me see if I can put the comments out there as well so you can see it. In the comment that was made, when they stopped caring what other people thought, when they stopped giving a shit about what people think of you, they made a choice not to care. And now they're literally fighting to get out of their own body, to get where they want to be, because it's moving faster. Everything works and shakes in your whole life faster because it's meant to be. And when it's meant to be, the yin works better for us, or the yang works, whichever yours is, the yin or the yang. I think so. We stop seeking approval from others. We create a space to focus on what really matters to us. This is where the true growth and satisfaction starts to happen. Right here, I'm fighting myself to get out of my own way because, to do what I want or get where I need to go, because that energy is now pushing you. Everything in the universe is now pushing you in the right direction. And we have to see the signs. We have to go in those directions. So I think that's an important step right there. Stop caring what people think. Stop trying to please everyone, because you can't, you won't. It's impossible. So that is so good. And that is a healthy choice that I am making tonight, drinking coconut water as opposed to Dr. Pepper. And I think understanding different perspectives and recognizing that people see things through their own lenses. So that's one of the reasons why you can't please everybody. One of the reasons why not everybody is going to like you. When it comes to me, either you love me or you hate me. It doesn't seem to be, and you can love and hate me at the same time. I was about to say, it doesn't seem to be like a middle ground. There is a middle ground. But even in the lack of a middle ground, not everybody's going to like me. And when you recognize people see things through their own, vision, their own lenses, and it's often, their sight, their vision, their understanding is often shaped by their needs, their insecurities, and their expectations, which we will never live up to. It's not always personally that somebody doesn't like you. I think very rarely it's not going to be personally that somebody doesn't like you. Very rarely. And I say that because they're not liking you because of an insecurity of their own. They're not liking you because of an expectation that they have, or they've prejudged you in some way. Welcome to the show, Corey. Welcome. I think Corey comes to us from LinkedIn. Awesome. Actually, it looks like everybody this evening so far is joining us from LinkedIn. Fantastic. So we're just here smoky tokeling, and sharing a smoke sesh together, chit-chatting about needs and wants, chit-chatting about tonight's topic, just loosely talking about not being able to please everybody, and and everybody's not going to love you. Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to be part of, your vibe, your energetic circle. I intimidate a lot of people because of my energy. I intimidate a lot of people because of my very powerful first impression. I'm loud, and I'm not going to tamper my energy for anybody. I am not, because it makes you uncomfortable. I'm sorry. You only have to deal with me for a few seconds. I'll be moving on. But, some people, we need that energy. We are lacking it. So take my energy and use it. Voyager 1 Gold Flower Cannabis. So good. Organic, hand trimmed, living soil. Ridiculous. Probably some of the best bud. And I've smoked a lot, especially here in Florida, for sure, hands down. Best flower, best bud that I have been smoking. Just everything they've put out has been Absolutely delicious, from their rosin carts to the rosin batter to the pre-rolls, which are just flipping genius. Hand roll pre-rolls, hand roll machine. But I'm not big on cones. Cones, you're just stuffing it in. The smoke is weird sometimes. I know you could break it up right, you could stuff it right, you could take your time, but I like a hand roll because it has a certain drag to it, has a certain appeal to it. Moving on. So we're talking about needs and wants. We're talking about not everybody always liking you because we are so different. Here's one. You walk into a room and you think all eyes are on you. God, it's so freaking bright. You think all eyes are on you. Toronto, Canada says hi. All right, all right, all right. Hey, let me tell you something. I love Toronto. I love the weed in Toronto. It has been a while since I've been, and I need to come back to Canada and party again because let me tell you something. Canadians, they're some party animals right there, and they party into the wee hours of the morning. Even for days, they will party. It's an amazing thing. And it doesn't seem to affect them. Next day, they're like, no, I'm feeling good. Got to go to work. Are you going to sleep? No, I'll sleep in a day or two. No, Canadians are amazing. But needs, wants, things like that, that's what we're talking about. It's about you being secure enough in yourself, not needing validation, not needing somebody else to tell you, hey, I like you, or you're doing a great job. Who gives a shit? I like me, and I'm doing a great fucking job. Oh, Dr. Dabber, what is going on over here? I need to try some batter, or better. I need to try some better. I think you're saying batter. I got to play with the soon to be released Dr. Dabber. Oh, did you? Did you now? That's pretty cool. And I have to say, the Dr. Dabber, there, I just saw the display today. I was setting up at the Glass Factory in Jacksonville for tomorrow's haunted house or haunted lounge by Goldflower Cannabis here in Florida. So Jacksonville, if you're going to be in Jacksonville, tomorrow I'll be there. The event is from 4 o'clock to 11 o'clock. It's Dab Day, Halloween style. We've got a haunted lounge, haunted house. It is cool. I've been setting it up all day. I'm going to be a zombie tomorrow. I'm being done up by a makeup artist from the show, The Walking Dead. So I'm not just going to be zombie. I'm going to be zombie. So there's a difference. There's a difference. You could be a zombie, or you could be a zombie. Like you could be a zombie that was bitten on the ass, and you can't tell it's a zombie because they were just bitten on the ass. So you just can't see that they're a zombie. But they're starting to change. But they're perfectly fine. No, I'm gonna be a zombie that's like half eaten up and bleeding, currently bleeding. It's still red. We were testing some stuff. Some blood type goo that's gonna dripple. It's going to dripple out of my mouth. Drippling blood, silly shit. Grow Up Conference is a good venue. Grow Up Conference. You know, hold on. I'm writing it down. Grow Up Conference. Grow Up Conference. I will check it out. And so I'm going to be doing more events as well, not just as Goldflower, but as also Origamji, where we're going to be traveling everywhere, doing pop-up educational booths, teaching people about cannabis, teaching people about the health benefits and the combination. Look, a lot of older generation would actually be quite scared to approach a Dr. Dabber or a Puffco Proxy. Hello, how are you? Yeah, to be fair. That being said, but they would be afraid to approach a device like that. But when you get proper education in it, enthusiastic, excited education, people pay attention. And they're like, oh, I don't need a blowtorch. Oh, I can use concentrates and just drop it in and press a button. That sounds fantastic. That's what I want. That's what I think I should do. Ha ha ha. It's been a day. It has been a day of days. And that, hey, we got Nick on the show. Welcome, Nick. What's up? Good to see that you're here. Nick just got here, so I'm going to update him tonight, Nick. We're talking about likes versus, or needs versus wants versus feeling it. Also, we're talking about not everybody's going to like you, and you can't make everybody happy. So that's the gist of it. And all day today, I've been setting up a haunted house in Jacksonville. Tomorrow is Dab Day. the Halloween edition, Dab Day, Jacksonville style, from 4 o'clock to 11 o'clock. I don't know why I keep doing this fucking thing with my hand. 4 o'clock to 11 o'clock. And it is insane. It's at the Glass Factory for anybody that wants to go and be part of the event tomorrow. It's going to be insane. Insane. They have Little Stranger playing, great bands. DJ, he's kicking some ass, whoever the fuck it is. But that's what's happening. You can tell I'm smoking a sativa tonight. Let me put this one down. Let's grab another one. That's what kind of rockin' evening this is. That was a 20-minute joint, by the way. Just so you know, I was smoking that 1 gram. Ooh, fantastic. I was smoking that 1 gram from Goldflower Cannabis, and as part of their Ideal brand. Look at that. So nice. Voyager 1, hybrid leaning sativa. Woo! Let's get things shaking. So, second 1 gram of the evening, 25 minutes in, and that was a lovely jointy. So, anyways, Nick, I'll be at this event tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely insane. You want to go educate? Boom. That's what I like to hear. That's the excitement of educating and traveling and teaching new communities about understanding cannabis, not as, oh, let's get high, but instead, let's get high. Let's get pain-free, pain-tolerant. Let's open our minds and open up our chakras. Let's breathe again and take those bags and weights of life off and put them on that imaginary table so that we can taste a burger and say, holy shit, that's an amazing burger. Or drink a milkshake and be like, I've never drinking a milkshake like that before. So delicious. Because you're not thinking of the past or thinking of the future, but thinking of now. Woo! Love that shit. Okay, obviously I'm loving some sativas tonight. I had no energy leading up to the show. Nothing. I just drove home, just came back from working all day. I started early in the morning and a lot of troubleshooting. It was wild. A lot of thinking on the fly, and that takes a lot of brain cells away. Oh, wait, okay, good to hear you. I want to go edgy. My boyfriend works with this 84-year-old lady. She tried her first pre-roll, which happened to be Goldflower on my recommendation. Well, I love that. Glad to listen. I have personality to make others happy and feel guilty about anything they go through. Okay, you can't feel guilty, though. And you can't do that to yourself, and I'll tell you why. That's part of you can't make everybody happy. You can't please everybody. You can feel bad, sure, but don't carry that. You can do everything you can do in your life, and that is what gives you the positive flow to keep going. We'll come back to that, though. Don't go anywhere. I'm just going back over here. So your boyfriend works with an 8. Now, okay, I had this elderly lady that I was working with. Well, let's get this lit up, and then I'll keep talking. Here we go. Delicious. Okay. Trying to make healthier choices. I'm trying to sit here and not drink soda. I'm drinking coconut water. It's better for my skin. It's good for the complexion. Look, I take off the glasses, you get crazy eyes. Let's keep going. So when I was working the call center at Liberty Health Sciences, Afria, now Air Wellness, long time ago, many moons beyond. And so in that call center, one of the calls that I had gotten was an elderly lady in her 90s or approaching 90. I think she was at 90 already. Her husband had just passed away. She hadn't slept in 10 years. Like, hadn't slept right in 10 years. And sweetest person in the freaking world. I mean, but so stressed out and didn't know what to do. And I'm not going to give any names. I'm not going to destroy any HIPAA disclosures. But she was dealing with a multitude of different issues. And her doctor actually said, look, you're coming off of they're taking her off of pain medications. I mean, and a lot of pain medications. So she's nervous, she's scared. She's been taking these pain medications and she's been taking these things to go to sleep for 10 years and it hadn't been working. Her husband had dementia. So taking care of her husband, he was losing it. And she's in her 90s now. And the husband just died for 10 years. So since she was 80, she has been taking care of her husband alone, not sleeping. Her body's hurting. Her digestive system isn't working right. She's not eating right. She hasn't been taking care of herself health-wise and mentally. She's going through so much. This is a lot to take on. As one individual to even hear this, It's so much. But I asked her, I'm like, what do you want? When you're feeling better, what do you want? She goes, I want to go to my garden and not need my wheelchair. I want to be able to touch the plants and touch the dirt and garden again. And I want to take a cruise before I die. I'm like, you're not gonna die. She goes, of course not, whatever. So she called and I told her to tell me everything that she had in her cupboard and everything that she was dealing with. And she goes, well, how are we gonna fix all my problems? I'm like, we're not. We're gonna help you first with your sleep. The first thing you need is sleep. She goes, well, how am I gonna sleep? I'm like, let's try some gummies. Let's try small amounts and let's do a regiment. Let's first do an hour before sleeping, an hour before laying down. We're gonna get an indica gummy. Now, if normally I would have her smoke if she was a smoker. I would have her try a beautiful pure rosin if she was somebody who had vaped. But older lady like this, I'm not gonna do this to her lungs. I did recommend them saying, look, if you feel like trying something that's a little more immediate, but I don't recommend it for you. Let's try with the edibles. Now, later, I taught her how to make butter, but we did it easily with a pure rosin extract instead of her having to break it down from flour. I taught her how to do it easy with an Amish butter. Okay, moving on. But using a combination of tinctures, edibles, we finally found a regimen after about 6 weeks of her. I mean, I didn't hear from her for like 2 weeks. Then she'd call me back and I'd get all the updates about how she slept. And I was like, oh, wait, you slept? She goes, yes. At first, it was a little too much, so I had to lessen it. I took too much and I could tell. I woke up the next day, I was a zombie. I'm like, well, when did you take it? She goes, well, I was laying down and I took it. I'm like, that's the problem. You don't want to take a tincture like that when you're laying down, or you don't want to eat an edible when you're laying down already, because now the blood is not pumping through your body. And if the blood is not pump, it's not going to digest properly. It's just going to sit there. And then when you get up in the morning, you're going to be like, whoa, because it's now going to process. It's now going to move through your system and it's going to be shocking. So you don't want shocking. I go, an hour before you lay down, you chew up that edible, that gummy. Hopefully it's pectin. I like pectin as opposed to gelatin. There's reasons, but you chew it up until you emaciate it, until it turns into juice, and then you swallow it. And that gets in your bloodstream and it processes. And if it's pectin, you'll start feeling it in 15 to 20 minutes. If it's gelatin, 45-ish, 30, 45-ish. Okay, now, it took like 6 weeks and it still was an ongoing thing. She would call back months later and she told me she was on a cruise, she was gardening. That's it. That's what we were trying to do. You solve one issue, we start to solve other problems. We start to open up life again because we get in control of our medication. And it started as simply with her sleep. And when she was able to sleep and able to regenerate her energy, she had a new lust for life. When her pain and her arthritis were reduced, she had a new lust for doing things, because when the pain is gone, you're happy. When you feel better, you're happy. It's simple. And that's how it works. So it was an amazing thing. So to hear this, that he works with an 84-year-old and she smoked a joint, and it was a Goldflower joint today, while I was setting up in Jacksonville over at the glass factory. Name drop a few things of the places. Buddy came up to me. I gave him a joint the other day, a couple months ago. Actually, last time I saw him, a rep with one of the other dispensaries. And so I gave him a pre-roll of my own, like something I did. And it was a Goldflower. And he was like, oh, well, thanks. So I saw him today. He came running up to me. He gave me a hug. And he's like, oh, my God, that was some great shit. I'm like, yeah. He goes, dude, me and 3 other people, that one joint, that one like half-gram joint that you rolled. I'm like, right? He goes, dude, that got me and 3 other people high. What is going on? And it was so tasty, and and these were like smokers I was smoking with, and they were like, where did you get this? What is going on? This is beautiful. This is not y'all's place. And he's like, no, it's Goldflower. And that is really how I look at Goldflower, and why people are like, why are you so, cheerleader? You smoke good weed, you become cheerleader. You you smoke bad weed and goofy ass shit. You get used to it and you're like, oh, this is what, and you want to quit weed because the flavor and the taste and the entourage and the enjoyment and the aroma are gone. Because instead, you are paying for what you get and you are buying cheap, shitty weed and you are thinking that is good. And then you try something flipping phenomenal. It restore. Look, I don't cough. I smoked 1 gram and another gram. I'm taking pretty large hits and I'm not coughing because it's been cured right. It's been dried right. It's fucking organic. That means there's not chemicals inside of it. Sorry, I'm fanboying a bit. With Goldflower cannabis, there's no chemicals inside. I can taste chemicals. There's no chemicals here. I would be able to taste anything sprayed. I don't taste anything like that. I taste delicious. I taste joyous. It's like a party in my flipping mouth. Look, I'm drooling. Okay, enough. We're talking about needs and wants. This is both a need, a want, and a feeling, and a belief. It's total package. Okay, we're moving. Told you I'm going to flip out a bit tonight. My energy is just something else. I really feel like I soaked in the mental mood or the energy a person has around them, like a color, like a everybody has like something that glows from them, and sometimes you can see it, or sometimes I can see it, or I can feel a color. It's weird, and you can tell, a lot about a person about the aura that they have. Anyways, but okay, so let's get into needs versus wants, and shifting from getting to feeling. I talk a lot about manifestation, and people will message and they're like, look, manifestation is bullshit because everything I need and everything I want I've never gotten. And I've asked, in manifestation, you're not asking for anything. I think maybe you might have it wrong. In manifestation, you already have to see yourself as whatever it is that you want. You already have to believe yourself in that spot, position, place, realm, whatever. You have to know yourself. In your subconscious, you are feeling it and knowing it and seeing it. You are believing it because it is already. And that is manifestation. When you believe it, when you see it, when you know it, you are now in a different realm of asking of the universe. You're in a different place. We could need and want everything in the world. And we do all the time because commercials tell us to. I don't want to need and want everything you do because I don't even want it. I don't really need it. I let go of a lot of things that I probably shouldn't, only because I've learned to let go of possession. I've learned, like my clothing. My kid, one of my twins, he loves stealing my clothing because it's really cool clothing. I mean, I believe it is. Obviously, he believes it is too. And I start to just let go. Like, yeah, all right, take it. Who gives a shit? Take a shirt, take a pants, take shorts, whatever. And then I start looking at my closet. And I don't have any clothes. I was like, wait, how can I not have any clothes? I shop all the time. I do. I shop all the time. But I shop resale shop. I love to search for really great deals, really great things. Like this tiger on my back, this one. Okay, this tiger spoke to me. I saw it. It was like, Oren, you have to wear me. I have to go home with you. I must. It spoke to me. Plus, it has a really lovely, like, logo. That's it. Boom. So simple. Logo here, giant tiger there. How can I say no? Mm. Oh, what a delicious adventure in a pre-roll. And I'll show that to you up close. Look at that. Burns right. Just beautiful. Has a great little filter tip on the back. I really enjoy these. These are easy because I don't have to break anything up. Even though I do like sometimes breaking shit up, you know, I like that aroma that you're smelling when you're breaking something up. That kind of helps change me. And before I go too far, I see over here, uh, I'm a personality. I am a personality to make others happy and feel guilty about anything they go through. We all do. I mean, if you're a kind person and a good person, if you are a person that has an open heart and an open mind, you're going to feel, you're going to feel, you're going to feel pain from all over the world. And, and right now, there's a lot of pain. That's just something, and it hurts. And I feel guilty. I feel guilty. And I mean, sure, I'm very lucky. And any of you here on this platform right now are very lucky. You are alive. You are breathing. You are such a few. I mean, when I say you are such a few of a possibility of ever living, you have already won the lottery. You have already won any chance odds game. You have already gotten to a place that infinite zillions of people will never even become or get to. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson was saying that 100 billion souls have been on the earth up till now, 100 billion. And that's nothing as to the infancy or infinite number that it can actually get to, but it will get to a number that it cannot go any further. That's a program. Just throwing that one out there. There's a lot that I love to put into talking about the world, talking about reality. I have a lot of questions just like anybody else does, but about feeling guilty about what goes on in the world, you're very lucky to be here and do whatever you can for others, help others, be kind, give your heart, give your soul. Don't be nice to be walked over, right? Don't let people walk over you, but be strong. Be everything. You are the I. You are the power that you seek. You are the energy. I I I know I'm the energy. And that's what reinvigorates me sometimes. Like if I'm down, I'm like, oh, it's been so hard. It's been such a day. And I'm feeling so low and I'm just melting. And then I sit there, I'm like, no, 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 Oren. Do you feel that power inside of you? I'm like, shit, I do. I do feel the power. Okay. I feel it. I feel it. All right. It's right there. I know. I know. It's amazing. And it is. I mean, you've got to know that you're the creator. You are the one who shapes how you're going to be, why you want to be. And if you want to be able to help, you go help. If you're guilty because your life is better, or if you're guilty because you feel blessed, well then bless others if you can with kindness, not always money, but kindness and love and understanding. Understand that people walk a hard road, that people's lives are sometimes just facades, just a mask. And you're not seeing the real them, the authentic them, because they hurt, because there's pain and they hurt, or they don't know how to be the authentic themselves to you. They don't know how to drop that mask because they're afraid of not pleasing you. They're afraid of being themselves. I know this one medical assistant, and it's so weird the conversation about it, but they're they're so much about how people see them that even down to like hair color, they would be like, no, they can't know I have red hair because They'll judge me. Why? Why would they fucking judge you? Who gives a shit? But people think that everybody is judging them. And let me tell you something. Nobody's judging you. That's the big trick, by the way. That's the big secret of life. Nobody is judging you. Nobody is thinking about you. Nobody gives a shit about you. I mean, you're Tom Cruise. I'm hearing stupid rumors right now that Tom Cruise is stumping fish. Who gives a shit? That's as long as I think about it. Now I move on to other things. That's a little strange, though. And then, I'm loud and I'm crazy. And when I'm in festivals and events, I'm really loud and I'm really out there and I'm really animated. I mean, if you think I'm animated now, you wait till you see me in an event. I'm very animated. So I don't know what this and then very animated would be. Very animated. Crazy eyes right now. Yeah. So I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. Holy shit, I got all fucking excited. Started going off on a fucking tangent. That's how high I am now. Look, 2 joints in. That's when I start forgetting what the hell I'm talking about. First joint, I'm fine. And if I would have left it at that, all those neurons are popping somewhere. I am mentally getting ready for zombie. Because as a zombie, you're not supposed to talk too much. But at events, I'm loud. I'm super loud. I don't know why I was talking about that just now. I just know I was talking about, anyways. I don't tamper down my energy for anybody, and especially out in public when I'm doing an event. I'm definitely extra boisterous. I don't know why I was talking about that though. Like, I'm saying it out loud, like I'm trying to spark what I was talking about. It's not working, but this is delicious. Okay, so needs, wants, all of that. So it's manifestation, but beyond need and want. And we spoke about this in the last show briefly, because I didn't want to get too serious. I didn't want to get too deep. Look, it's the idea that it's not about needing or wanting something. It's about aligning with the feeling of already having it. Like I was just saying a second ago, it's about believing it and seeing it, not needing and wanting it, but already seeing it. You can manifest anything. It's not that what you're looking for is not worthy. I mean, just because you need it and just because you want it doesn't mean it's not worthy. It's worthy. Anything is worthy as long as you want it. But how the universe works, like in our physical realm right now, it's so impossible sometimes. It's impossible to manifest because your whole world is fighting against you. Everything is fighting against you. That's why we manifest in the subconscious. That's why we do it as we're going to sleep, because it's there. You're able to reach your creation, your. I hear sirens. I hear some shit going on in the neighborhood behind us. Okay. So anyways, I think it's about aligning with the feeling of already having it. That right there says everything. We need to, I guess, living in the moment of already having. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. You think about the now. You think about the you. You think about the energy of the creation of now and how right now you have so much power. Right now, you break the mold, and there's multiple realms living amongst us in the sense of every time you make a big decision, another break in the chain happens, or another aligned reality is running alongside of your own. I don't know. I'm just throwing some shit out there. But in that, I think it's about envisioning yourself already in the moment of fulfillment, not just seeing it, but feeling it as if it's current reality, feeling it as if it's current reality. You want to be a millionaire. You want to feel like a millionaire. You start feeling like it throughout the day. You start acting like it. Maybe you don't have the money to, maybe you want to, I don't know, you wanted to give to charity, or you mentally start doing it. Mentally start seeing it. Mentally start believing it, being it, becoming it. You have, you know, it's not just, it's pulling it into your reality. This is the energy that pulls manifestations towards you. The belief, the already seeing it, the already being it. And it starts in your subconscious. And if that starts to translate to your physical conscious realm, you're getting there. And manifestations happen at the weirdest of times, by the way. I mean, you open yourself up to them and they start coming to you, but they happen weird, like in a year from now, in a month from now, in a day from now, in the craziest ways. If you see the signs of it and you follow it and you're like, this is wild. And when you manifest money, it doesn't know, it doesn't understand amounts. There's no amount. You're asking and feeling something. If you're feeling an amount, you're feeling an amount. If you're knowing an amount, you're knowing an amount. Manifestation does not understand. It just gives. It just does. And I think that's the exciting part. I think you can, you focus too much on wanting, and you can create a sense of lack. See, while living in a state of belief that aligns with you or with your frequency, with your desires, you need to open up the frequency. That's when manifestations start coming to you. I think the power of a detailed visualization is key. That's like the start of it. You have to visualize, you have to see yourself already in that manifestation. So it's not about needing it, it's not about wanting it, it's visualizing it. Create the visualization in your head as you're going to sleep. As you're going to sleep, create the largest visualization you've ever seen. You don't need and you don't want in your subconscious. In your subconscious, there is no need, there is no want, there is no blocking from the past or the future or the present, because there is no time. So in the subconscious doesn't know time. Subconscious doesn't know here or there. It's everywhere at the same time. Time is happening there, time is happening here, but there's like a correction of it. There's a recorrection. I don't know. I feel like there's somewhere we go when we sleep, and we've talked about it on a podcast. I'm not going to get into it tonight, but I think we go somewhere, and maybe we time travel. Maybe we go to this collective gigantic mainframe that we're downloading and uploading, but we don't always feel it, and we don't always see it, and we don't always align with that download. It's like when your computer hasn't updated in 14 years. How the hell is it still fucking working? Well, this one's still working and hasn't updated in forever. I mean, just saying. I don't know if I've done any updating. I probably need a good update. Okay. So I like visualization. I think the power of detailed visualization, it's how you're seeing yourself in a situation with all senses engaged. And then you can start creating the reality that you want to manifest. I hope you realize how I just said that. It's how you're seeing yourself in the situation. It's with all of your senses engaged. You are in the subconscious, but you are smelling it, you are feeling it, you are seeing it and hearing it, and it's everything that you could think. You're not thinking, you're being, you're becoming. So I think that's really more of that. I think feeling, you need to feel the fulfillment as a fact. You need to understand that your ask or whatever of your manifestation is fact. It's already real. I mean, dive into living as if somebody has already happened. Something's already happened. See, energy that supports manifestation opens up a free, okay, opens, well, there's so much. Wow. It opens up a frequency in your body that allows things to come in. And when it's authentic and it's felt, you are a fucking antenna to incredible lightning bolts of manifestation. And when it starts happening, there is such a joy within you because it's not about power. It's not about climbing a corporate ladder. It's not about money. And when it starts to make sense, you just want others to see it. You just want others to be a part of it. That's it. That's my want. That's my want for others. Period. Feel the energy of the fucking world. You are amazing, and you have power. You have power beyond anything that you've ever thought. Beyond. I don't speak God. I don't speak politics. I speak you. I speak the power of you. You are a fucking explosion of nebulas, of energy, of all of that. You cannot be contained. You're just being contained by body right now. You can't be contained, but you're being contained by a body. Whatever. Just blah blahing. And I told you my energy's all over the place, but when you start to understand and you start to understand that you can really make massive change, you can believe in what you're asking for and see it as the fact that it can be. And I think there's a power. Emotion is big when it comes to manifestation. There's a difference between wanting and needing something and feeling grateful as if it's already part of your life. Like, I'm so thankful for my kids. I'm so thankful for Angie. I'm so thankful for the opportunities that are constantly being presented, that I'm opening myself up to and not closing my world to. I'm trusting in myself and trusting in the me instead of trusting in the something else. I'm trusting in me and I'm making the decisions because I believe. And it makes me see, I smile because it makes me fucking happy. It makes me happy to finally find another thing that's authentic about me. I smile now when I find authentic things or authentic feelings because I'm like, holy shit, that feels good, but it authentically feels good. It me feels good. I want to be good. I want to be kind. I want to make great decisions. It makes me good when I'm being strong and being powerful and standing up for myself, but educatedly, understandably, knowingly, kindly. I don't know whatever fuckly I'm going to add in there, but that's it. That's it. Know you, be powerful you, be strength of you. Look, when you look for that energy, it's you. You look for that, the all-knowing, it's you. You are the eye, you're the watcher. You are watching the universe play out in front of you. So design it how you want it to play out. Is that kind of wild? I told you I'm off on tangents tonight. So good. It's a gigantic Vita Coco. If you're going to drink Vita Coco, get the largest one that you can find. I would do terrible commercials. I don't think I'd do any good commercials. It's like, you bought yourself a Puffco Poxy. Everything would be with an accent. I would be like different in everything. It'd be wild. Okay, so I think let's keep going. You know, we talked about bringing that shift, that frequency into your life, bringing all of that in your direction, how it changes things, and it does. When you open yourself up authentically, you manifest. You start to open it up for other things. So it's not that you're manifesting one thing. You are opening yourself up to, I don't want to say like an Akashic record or a communal a communal knowledge or emotional energy, but I don't know what to fucking call it. But it's amazing. It's amazing because you're blocking yourself. you are your own worst enemy. And so you block yourself from feeling good. You block yourself from trusting and understanding. You block yourself from tasting and enjoying your food instead of shoveling it down your throat. You block yourself from showing emotion in relationships or opening yourself up. You block yourself. And in that, and also by trying to wear so many different masks on pleasing so many different people that you just can't please, or trying to make everybody happy, and all of that energy spent is energy away from you. So I think, you know, I think you need to, I talk about letting go, and I wrote this down in notes, and the way it was about is breaking free from knowing an outcome, breaking free from, how do I wrote, I was like, I wrote it and I was like, you know something, later it'll make more sense. And it makes sense. It's breaking free from your understanding of what the outcome is supposed to be. Stop thinking about the outcome. Stop thinking about how it's supposed to, you know, end up, how it's supposed to, I don't know, finish? What the fuck ever. However a situation is going to play itself out, well, stop looking at how it's playing out. Stop looking at the outcome of it and just live and just happen and just be part of it. And now there is no predetermined outcome. There is just life. There is just happenstance. There is luck. There is no luck. There's yin. There's yang. There's energy flowing. There's things happening. And you just have to be able to grab them out of the, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying now. You just gotta grab them out of the fucking air. I don't know what the fuck you're grabbing out of the air. What am I grabbing out of the air? It's the energy. It's the opportunity. It's the freedom. And the first freedom comes from not caring what people think. My whole life, that's all I cared about. I was eating wrong, and people would look at me like I thought people were looking at me. And I think that there's a point I was trying to make earlier, is like when you walk into a room and you think everybody's looking at you. Like it's a syndrome that they call it, but nobody's looking at you. Nobody gives a shit. They're too wrapped up in their own insecurities. They're too wrapped up in their own world and their own minds. You know, so when I was saying earlier, the trick of life is that nobody's thinking about you. It's the truth. Unless you're with somebody close and directly, nobody's thinking about you. I mean, I talk to my dad every single day. If he doesn't call me, or if I don't call him, we're just not directly thinking about each other. And we're off in our own worlds. And so something I'll look at and remind me, like, oh my God, call dad. And so I'll call him. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, oh, bloody hell, what are you doing? I'm just, driving to a bloody QNOS meeting. I'm like, what is going on? Shut up, son. It's a Louisiana Society of Chapter of Men that eat beans and talk about things and farts a lot. Lots of farting. As a community, we fart. That's what we're bloody doing today. I'm like, wow, that sounds exciting. He goes, and we're drinking bloody good beer. That's very important as well. I'm going to have a bloody pint. It's going to be bloody delicious. I'm going to eat beans and rice, and I'm going to bloody fart. Fart the bloody English national anthem. But that's what I'm going to bloody do. If he hears this, he might. I'm going to get a call. And I'm going to be like, hey, Dad, I did it on purpose. So you'd call me. Right, yes, you bloody did it on purpose. I don't forgive you. You're not welcome for the next 2 Thanksgivings or something. I'm like, oh, am I not? He's like, why? Because we're not going to be here. We're going to be somewhere else anyway, so not welcome. Blah, blah, blah. Ha, ha, ha. People don't think about you unless you put yourself in their direct line of sight of life. Like if you're dealing with them on a regular basis, maybe then they think of you, and only because they're forced to, and only for a few moments. and then you're a fleeting thing from their memory or from their existence or from their life of doing. I mean, say you're working with somebody like my boys work with people that are really mean to them, and really rough on them. Like one recently got let go because of it. And I talked about a situation. Oh, excuse me. I talked about a situation here on the show that just really got out of control because of people lying and being bad representatives of a company and bad managers. So in all of that, so my kids will come home and I'll catch up with them and they'll unleash on me and let me know how their day was and how bad this person was and how what they think of this person. And that'll go for like a minute because they have really rough days. A minute just of unloading. And then after that, they don't think of this person. So even at the worst of situations, you don't think of people beyond just you unload and like fucking people. And then that's it. They're not even a thing in your mind unless you're directly putting yourself in their line of sight, in their line of life, in their line of energy. But if you're passing somebody on the street, 15 seconds, maybe, if they're judging you, they're judging themselves and they're doing it for 15 seconds, 10 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Like it's just a quick, oh, blah, blah, 4 seconds. And now they've thought of you for 4 seconds. And maybe thousands of people that day have thought of you for 3 to 4 seconds, if that's how many people you put yourself in the line of sight of. And then just think of, wow, I've now been in the minds of that many people, and now I'm out of the minds of that many people. They have forgotten about you. In that 3 seconds that they saw you, usually, boom, they forget about you. If you're crazy like me, that's what I was talking about earlier. If you're crazy like me at an event, and you're loud and boisterous and really on fire, you might think of me as you pass me for maybe 30 seconds. And then maybe later in the day, I might be a fleeting energetic memory. And you might think, whoa, the crazy person, but you're not going to remember what I was doing exactly. You're just going to remember that energy. And then it's going to be a fleeting energy and it's gone. That's it. That's how much people think of you. I mean, I put myself, I feel like not Doctor, what is it? Not Spock, Kirk, from the Enterprise. And so you put yourself out there. I put myself right there in your view 3 times a week for an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours sometimes. And I am quite imperfect. Wait, crazy eyes. Sorry. Crazy eyes start happening. I'm like, I'm looking over at the glasses. I'm like, I may have to put the glasses back on. I think we're okay for a moment. So let me see what I have going on in here. Is it clean? Ooh, the chamber is clean. So you know what that means? And I do have it. Oh, I didn't think I had one. We're going to do a quick loadies. So nobody really thinks about you. Nobody's ever thinking about you. And they really don't give a shit. They don't. You give a shit. You are the one with the insecurities. You are the one putting shit on top of yourself. You are the one thinking bad thoughts about yourself. And you know what you should fucking do? Stop. Stop. Take all of that bullshit and put it on that imaginary fucking table next to you. And don't look at it. Because it's not you. Don't let it evolve around you. Don't let it become you. You are your own worst enemy. Nobody gives a shit. You give a shit. Nobody cares. You care. So stop caring. Stop putting yourself as the one being judged. No longer do you need to be judged because you no longer give a shit. You no longer give a shit. So nobody can judge you now. If you don't care what anybody fucking thinks about you, I still care what people think about the world and this and that. But about me, who gives a shit? And so in that, who gives a shit kind of attitude, I can move on now. I can take that giant chunk of my life because I used to care how I ate or how I walked or how I talked or the miswordings that I would say or my bad acting skills. I cared so much and it ate away at me. Oh, holy shit. It so much ate away at me that I didn't know who I was. And it shoved me into a world of depression because I was angry at the world for not knowing what's going on with me. I was angry at the world because I couldn't be authentic. I was angry at the world because I felt the world was against me and the world was looking at me funny. I felt the world was judging me. That's what I felt like. Everybody constantly was judging me. Nobody was looking at me. Nobody gave a shit. But that's not what I thought. And it shaped the world around me. And it shaped how I saw people. And it shaped how I responded. And it shaped how what I did for a living or how I lived. And in all that shaping, it wasn't me. I wasn't authentic. I wasn't happy. I wasn't real because I was living a life for somebody else or for approval. I was living a life for somebody else. Like not knowing the true me is a travesty. It's like to not know your own authenticity. And that's wearing a mask your whole life. A mask for approval, a mask for acceptance, a mask. And when you find you, when you just find you hiding below all of that, and you only find that when you stop giving a shit of what anybody ever thinks of you. I can walk out to a crowd of 3,000 people and be like, hey, everybody, I love it. I love the energy. I don't feel judgment because I'm not looking for it. I'm not thinking about it. I don't give a shit about it. I may walk a little funny. I might silently fart as I'm walking on the stage because that's silently what might happen to me out of nerves. See, I can say it. I don't care. Oh my God, he said it. He said what? What did he say? He said he farts. He's a stage farter. He's a stage farter? Wow. We've got to tell people. What are we going to tell them? We're going to tell them the truth. He stage farts. I've done it before. I've walked out the stages to do conferences or do seminars, to do talks. And there was a lot of people. And I was like, woo! As I'm walking out, what a conversation right now. But that's it. I don't care. I don't care if you judge me. I don't care if you're like, okay, it's time to stop listening to a stage farter. That's it. He's ruined it for me because he's farted on stage. But it was pretty far away from people, and I was pretty sure nobody was going to smell that. So the one who smelt it dealt it, and that is the end of it. I have loaded up the Puffco proxy on other notes, and we're going to get back into talking about, believing it before you seeing it, and practicing gratitude for what's already here and what's already manifested. Like if you're manifesting it, if you're already living it, if you're already seeing it, if you're already believing it, already give gratitude for it, already be thankful for it. The universe loves that shit. Oh, it opens up in all kinds of ways when you have authentic gratitude and love for this energetic, amazing universe. It's amazingness. And I say it's amazing. It's amazing. There's a lot going on out there. Okay. Before I, and then, maybe even daily mental rehearsals of gratitude and manifestation and realization, visualization, believing, learning to believe. And learning to believe starts with you. It starts with you. You need to believe in you, in yourself, in your own ability, your own power, your own amazingness. This is a great smoke sesh today. I can't remember anything I've already spoken about. And I feel like as a community, we are really coming together. And you're all amazing. You really are. All of you from wherever you come from, and come join us here on the show. And the stories you may bring, the energy you bring, wherever, whatever network, because I'm streaming on like 5 different places. Thank you. Thank you for the energy and love and support of you coming to the show. And even for everybody who watches this later on, not just live, because I do this live. This is live. I mean, obviously it's live. You're watching this live. You're like, am I watching this live now? I mean, am I? Don't make me question everything. I know it's live. And then pre-recorded later, or not no, it's being recorded as it's playing, and it's being played later. And then for those of you who watch that later, thank you. Thank you for coming to listen to my spiel or my ramble. My ramble of community, of people, of hanging out. If we were hanging out, I would be rambling. I ramble. If other people are talking, I shut up. I go quiet. I like to listen. Yeah, I know. You'd be like, really? You like to listen? I know. All right. 1, 2. There we go. I've got it going. It's warming things up. It's got some batter in it. It's I believe this is, I don't know what it is. I can't read it. There's no way I'm going to be able to read this right now. There is I'm waiting for it to buzz for me. But whatever this is inside of here is absolutely delicious. 4.7 on the terps. That's nice. That's good, but what is it? I'm like, but what is it? I will find out as soon as I smoke it. Maybe that'll make more sense. Oh, it buzzed. Oh, it's citrusy. Okay. And you see I'm sipping it. I'm not, ooh, whatever that is like delicious. That is so nice. I'm gonna have to find out. It's either, it is citrusy, almost like candy, but like a Starburst but the citrus is lime. Right now it's like tangerine. Let me extend it. Oh no, it just went out. I'll give that a moment. Let me do this. Let me find out what it is. Because whatever that is was so delicious, but so citrusy. And oh, okay. Jai, and then ALAI. Ali. Jai Ali. So hi Ali. Hi Ali. Hi Ali. I spelled it out for you. JAI. And then damn it. That's that's from Goldflower Cannabis, and that's one of the Ricky Williams Heisman 34 strains. He has picked such gassy, cheesy, stanky, beautiful strains. His nose, he is a connoisseur. He and his wife have a business where they produce botanicals, like botanical leaves that are added, or that I think they make their own pre-rolls, or they sell it as something that you can add to your pre-rolls. But just really beautiful things, because natural botanicals in their organics have a lot of benefits in the body. But once you start dealing with chemical representations or a botanical extracts don't necessarily belong in cannabis. That's why I love rosin. That's why rosin is a beautiful thing. That right there is from that's not distillate. That's a full spectrum, full plant health right there. That's been squeezed out with lots of pressure and a little bit of heat, and you get this gorgeous stuff. But don't overdo it, because then it'll be really heavy on your lungs, and you don't want anything overly heavy on your lungs. And if so, then you want to clear out your lungs and use a mulin or something like that. See, it's all in the combination. Don't want to just do one bloody thing and think that's going to be the end all. What was I talking about? See, high, I'm way out there. I think I'm just really excited about tomorrow's event. I'm excited to be, not excited to be a zombie. I think excited to play a role as a host, or as a like I want to say like a circus showman almost, but play a host like that, but as a zombie. So I am playing a role as a person who's going to bring energy our way in the event tomorrow. I'm playing a role as an educator and activation specialist tomorrow, but as a zombie. And full zombie, like I'm all ripped up, I'm bleeding the whole time. There's going to be full prosthetics done on my face, and I may even go barefoot to encompass the role that much deeper, and possibly play DJ. Woo! This is going, and then now I'm going to do video. I'm going to take pictures. I guarantee you, this is going to be an event of events. So if you're in Jacksonville tomorrow and you have the availability of stopping by this thing, it's from 4 o'clock to 11 o'clock. It's a staple. It's been going on years in Jacksonville, and it's at a place called the Glass Factory, which is a beautiful venue, by the way, for weddings, as long as they get all the blood out of the curtains. No, from the haunted house. There was a murder there. You're gonna have your wedding. No, it's a beautiful place, and they have these glass ceilings. They have these old wood walls, like wood and stone. Just a really groovy place. Um, And so the event, Dab Day, is happening there, actually. And outside, they have a huge concert hall. Little Stranger is headlining the event. I should probably give you like a rundown of it, saying, "Hey, this is what's happening. This is the exciting stuff, yo." So, I'll turn myself off because that time delay just made me feel like I just went somewhere in time. Um, so okay, Universal Funk Orchestra. That is, let me tell you what. I love I love some funk. I love some incredible music. And that to me is one of the best vibes, one of the best energies. So Little Stranger, Universal Funk Orchestra. You got Harbor Boys, Prato. It's Prato, but I've just got this like, I don't know who they are. I'm going to look them up. I should look them up. But Prato. Prato. Where are you going to say? I'm seeing Prato. Prato. Okay. Feel like a Romanesque band, a band of Roman warriors that sing and play music from the soul. I- I'm gonna, I'm gonna go with no expectation, other than what I just created in my head of a band of Roman warriors that play rock and roll from the soul. Funky Vibes by DJ Don Shula. All right. I think I know which cat that is too. I think he's guy that's got all those dreads and he's got this big hat that he wears. And it just looks heavy. Just looks heavy. I mean, okay. So that's what's happening. That's what's going on. That is the energy of tomorrow. 4 to 11, boom, Dab Day. That's tomorrow. So zombie time. I'm going to be wearing that mask tomorrow as a zombie. But I'm going to encompass the role entirely. I'll be drooling blood. I will be, I will be, you know, in the whole persona of it. So I think that's pretty exciting. Okay, that's really it. I thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being a part of all of this. And let me extend to you almost my nightly clothing thoughts, my closing thoughts on things, because I'll have a whole show, and then I will stop and then have an entirely different topic. This is not the topic. This is the everything. It's the kindness from your frequency that you push out to the world around you. It changes a room. It changes the environment. It makes emotion turn into a physical changing thing. Your frequency is everything, and your understanding of it is everything. Your translation of it is everything. So you go out there to the world around you and understand that people walk in hard shoes. People go through a lot of shit in their lives, a lot of responsibilities, a lot of hardships, a lot of uphill battles, both to and from everywhere and anywhere they go. Some imposed, mostly imposed, a lot imposed sometimes by themselves. And then again, by the environment that they're in, the world that they're in. Your kindness, your frequency changes all of that. Your understanding of you and the goodness, the natural, authentic goodness that you project, it helps people, it changes people, even in a small way. And that small way even has sometimes very big ripple effects. And it comes back to you. It comes back to you when you open yourself up to it, when you manifest to it. Because manifestation comes from energy from somewhere, doesn't it? Good things happen from goodness. Good things happen from good energy. You put good energy out in the world authentically from a want. You want it. You need it. Because why? Because you feel it. Because you know it. And you put it out there. Good energy creates goodness and creates manifestation in your direction. Because you're putting out good frequency, you're getting good frequency back. You put out authentic kindness because you want to be. That's it. Just I want it. No. I believe it. I believe in kindness. I feel kindness. It's not really a need or a want. It's in everything. You know, it should be there. We should give it because it's the simplest thing we can do authentically. And by doing that, we light up the world around us and it comes back. It comes back. Maybe not immediately. Maybe it takes some time. Maybe it's overnight. I don't expect an outcome. I don't expect an ending. I don't expect it to go a certain way. Stop expecting things to go a certain way. No expectations. No expectations. None. Enter in without the want or the need. And do not expect anything. But enter in with that kindness because you believe it, because you feel it. It comes back. And those manifestations that you want and that you need, maybe you believe them instead. And that energy comes back to you. It's authentic and it's yours to use. I think it's that simple. So I wish you all amazing weekends wherever you are. In Toronto, Corey, thank you for joining the show. And Nick, here in Florida, thank you for joining the show. Everybody, thank you for joining the show. Everybody that I can't read on the thingies, I don't know why it doesn't let me read everybody's name. That's the wildest thing. But wait, I can read them when I go in through a different app. Hold on, because I don't want to leave anybody out. I don't want to be like that. People are like, why don't you mention my name, Warren? You're ridiculous. So, so let me just look at my thing and see what's happening here. I'm looking at the thing, seeing what's happening and seeing if see all the comments. Superb. And we're just gonna turn down the volume. We've got Elizabeth. How are you doing? And we've got Corey. We've got Elizabeth. We've got Shagufa. Shagufa. How are you doing? That's a powerful name right there. That is Habibi. Habibi. Love it. That's fantastic. So yeah, thank you for everybody coming. And I don't know why, Elizabeth, I don't know why your name didn't pop up on the restream side of it, but look at that. I was able to pop over to the Linky Winkies directly, and I was able to, boom, see that you're there. And that's awesome. And I figured that was you. Um, I want you all to have amazing weekends. Everybody watching the show. And from wherever you're watching, I want you to own it, to be the energy of it, to believe in yourself, and to believe in the possibility. Manifest it, create it, become it, live it, believe it. It's simple. Don't worry about what other people are thinking, because they're not. They're just not. And it's not rude against you. It's their world and their lives are so overwhelming. Overwhelming. Because we create the overwhelming. We don't create the simple. We don't keep it simple. And that's the first place to start. Keep it simple. And don't give a shit what people think. And put out the kindness. Be good. You don't have to be nice. Don't have to be a pushover. Just be more understanding that the world is hard on people. That to walk a mile in someone's shoes could be everything. Sometimes we don't give ourselves breaks or chances. Sometimes we don't see the opportunities. And it's good to feel the energy and at least the kindness from others. And maybe that gives us the push. Maybe you holding the door open for someone and they realize not everything is lost in the fucking world and there's still hope somebody held the door open for me. Maybe you thanked somebody and that changed everything for them. That's it. It's the simple things that we forget. I wish you all the most amazing energy. The most amazing energy. So be amazing. Be highly motivated and enthusiastic for this grand, beautiful life that we are sharing. Remember, because you're alive and you're here, you have already won the lottery. You've already won the lottery of life, the lottery of living, the lottery of emotion, the lottery of now. Even being born, that's when you won. Just being born. I don't even know the mathematical odds, but the odds of existence and the odds of you and the odds of now are mathematically impossible. So you are amazing and you are mathematically impossible. That is power. That is creation. That is the beginning of understanding that you are the I. You're the watcher. You're watching life. You're watching your life. So why not watch it the way you want it to be seen? The way you want to be seen. There's so much power in our small actions. I don't know, there's so much power in our feeling and in our emotion. When you feel good and you want others to feel good. Sometimes it's that simple. Sometimes it's all about, bringing energy, bringing goodness, bringing kindness, bringing love, bringing understanding to a world that has very little of it sometimes. Very little. So let's bring more every day, 10% more. There you go. That's the number. Until 10% is no longer something that you can comprehend, then it's just more. It's more. Just bring more. Give more. Whatever. Have an amazing night. I gotta go. I told you, I'm just rambling at this point. Have a great night. I'm excited. I gotta get the rest of my costume ready. I've gotta get the speakers in the truck. I'm not done. I've got speakers hiding over here. I don't know if you can, so here we go. We've got some speakers. We've got a PA. These are good speakers. I've got 4 of them right here. I've got some Halloween decorations, some extra blood, lots of extra blood. You gotta have extra blood. I've got some cords and banners and tableclothy things. Lots of good things here, just lots of excitement. And that's it, yo. Okay, I gotta go. I'm busy. I got shit to do. You've got shit to do. Do shit. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Thank you for coming. Ooh, what is today? Friday? Yes, good. Whew. Tomorrow's a busy day. You'll see me again on Sunday, 8 o'clock, live, same place. All right. That's it. Sunday. See you then. Highly motivated and enthusiastic.